the Gems Podcast, where we find hidden gems and give them their shine. We dive into lesser known music, rare records, vinyl culture, and the worlds of jazz, funk, soul, rare groove, in this case, psych rock, and any kind of international heat. It's for all you music lovers, sample hunters, beat diggers, e-diggers, and musical world travelers. I'm Sham, a longtime record collector and music lover, a music researcher who discovered music in reverse. I started off as a huge hip-hop fan, tracking breakbeats, samples through jazz, funk, soul, psych rock, and everything in between. Digging is really endless, and I've always been fascinated by the context and history and characters behind the music. We're here to explore lesser-known records that have found new life, whether through sampling, reissues, or other rediscoveries. Some of you may be experts, OGs who've been in the game for years. Some of you may be newer and learning, but that's all good. The goal here is to enjoy exploring. As for me, I'm forever a student. Today's episode, we discuss Turkish prog rock giant, Barış Manço. My thesis for today is Eastern psychedelic rock is the future. I'm going to play a few joints from Barış Manço just to give you a taste of his sound.
Gönül dağı yağmur yağmur boran olunca akar.
That is his track Gongul Dagay. And these Turkish words and these song titles are so distant for me. I don't want to butcher a beautiful language, a beautiful culture. So I'm going to kind of stop giving some of these track names. I mean, I have no chance of pronouncing it. I kind of respect the culture too much to fuck up these names. Either way, that sound is a banger. It's a fucking banger. It's ridiculous to me. And I don't know really how I heard about Barış Manço. I mean, he's just one of those guys I know. But it was maybe through YouTube or some kind of internet search. I have none of his albums, which I would love. And I kind of go into these YouTube rabbit holes, and I was on a psych rock rabbit hole. And the world of psych rock, it's so full of obscure records. This is one that I found, right? When I got a sense of Barış Manço, I really started to get a feeling of how major this guy was. I didn't realize how famous he was. I mean, his style, his look is giant. He's major. He composed over 200 songs. He's amongst the best-selling Turkish artists of that era, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And he's a world in itself. And just to give you an idea, his fucking imagery is insane. I'm just going to share some of his album covers. Let me just share my whole window, for God's sake. This is his record 2023. It's one of his main albums. Just look at that font. Look at his look. Right? He's really on some shit. Also here, another one, the insert, double guitar, crazy handlebar mustache. Look at this vibe. The fonts are crazy, right? Here's another one, looking up at his guitar. It's almost on some Lemmy shit. I don't know if you're familiar with Lemmy. Metal God. Barış Manço is like a psych rock Turkish god of this shit. Look at this hair. I wish I had hair like that. Also, I love this font. That's sick. This is just on the design alone. I wanted to share this cover. A lot of his albums I mean, a lot of his records, I mean, his records were singles, and there a lot of compilations came out at that time, like a collection of singles versus cohesive albums. That 2023 album was his opus in terms of being an album. I'm gonna stop sharing right now. And from that snippet, you heard, I mean, you could hear how heavy the bass is. It's layered, it's soulful. This outrageous look, cover art, use of Moog and synth. It's really a scene, man. It's a scene. It's all grand, all bold, and kind of mysterious. This whole world of Turkish culture and psych rock, the psych rock kind of borrowing from the East, using Eastern sounds, is so interesting to me. It's so beautiful. It's so far from kind of what I knew growing up, but I just love kind of traveling through music. Just the thought of it gets me excited. The thought of Turkey gets me excited. Turkiye maybe is a better pronunciation. I was so infatuated with Barış Manço a few years ago. I wrote a screenplay outline. I just started really, it was kind of a combination of Barış Manço type character with like a side of Lemmy, and they kind of look similar. I never finished this, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not a billionaire filmmaker today. I think having a mustache is good. These guys are on another fucking level, handlebar wise and like vibes wise. I went to Istanbul. I mean, just kind of furthering this topic. I went to Istanbul maybe like 6 months ago, maybe more than that. I was enamored with the place. I was so excited to go. I went with my boy, and the culture, the food, it's a huge place, giant mishmash of kind of styles and history and ancient cultures and mosques and churches and everything. Very stylish. And that friend of mine had been there before. It's like, let's go to the Asian side. We visited this town, this maybe area across the river on the Asian side called Moda. And Moda was amazing, really stylish, beautiful views, boats passing by, kind of like a coffee vibe, a lot of stylish people sitting around on their laptops having coffee and conversations. When doing research for this podcast, I found out there's a Barış Manço museum there. And at one point in his life, I guess towards the end of his life, he lived there. And I mean, that makes it even more interesting. I'm so kind of enamored with that area. It kind of reminded me of an area in Rio called Leblon. Maybe many of you have been there, maybe you haven't, I have no idea, or some kind of place in California. All like a coastal vibe. It was amazing. And just to know, Barış Manço's from there, some of the deepest, hardest, funkiest grooves out there. Just made it all the more cool to me. I'll share more about the story of Barış Manço. I'll play some of his joints, and you'll get more of an idea of how major this guy is. He was born in 1943 in Istanbul. They named Tusan Yusuf Mehmet Barış Manço. He already sounds like a star, that name, right? 5 parts to his name, all amazing. His mother is a famous singer. His brother is named Savas, which I believe means war in Turkish, while Barış meant peace, symbolized World War II optimism. I mean, the things you find out when researching. He graduated high school in the early 60s. He moved to Belgium and formed the band Les Mystigris, incorporating some of his Eastern sounds into Western music. He traveled to Paris and Belgium as well, other parts of Belgium. He formed local bands. He recorded singles in English and French and Turkish. And then he returned to Turkey, also in the 60s. He formed various bands. This guy's really kind of all over the place. And the way he released many singles, like throughout the 60s, multiple bands. And in 1967, he suffered a car accident, which led him to grow his mustache to conceal his scar. I mean, going again to his look, I just want to like share this look again. It's sharing window, I'm no good at this. This look, like, that's a star, you know? That's a man. That's a star. Like, he's gonna play the bass, he's gonna sing, he's gonna kill the shit. All right, stop sharing. In the 70s, he started kind of going more with the hard rock style, hard bass sounds. And he created a movement, Anatolian rock movement, referring to the area in Turkey. It's combining the kind of local vibes with prog rock, psychedelic rock elements. He also recorded with the influential Turkish band Mogular. So he released in the early 70s his first full-length album, Solo. And yeah, I mean, he seems to almost every year come out with stuff, different bands. Also in the 80s, he released his first non-compilation LP in 1975, 2023, which is a concept album. It's one of his bigger projects. I think old version of the future, 2023 is not even the future anymore, is just super cool, right? Like that's their version of the future. To them, it involved giant guitars and a guy just like banging out. In the late 80s, Barış Manço began hosting Seven Den, or AKA From 7 to 77, a hit TV show combining music talk documentaries for the Turkish state television channel. And it became even more famous. The show ran for 8 years. Barış Manço traveled to 150 countries, became popular with a whole different audience. I think it's cool the way this dude, born to a star, became a psych-rock legend, goes to Europe, comes back, goes crazy, makes all these hits, and then he's in a whole different phase. He starts hosting like a travel show, like on some Bourdain shit. It's crazy. He's kind of a cultural ambassador to Turkey in both music and television. Barış remains a massive public figure there. I feel like I'm pronouncing Turkey incorrect. I mean, it's Türkiye when I was there, so my bad. I feel like I maybe edit this shit out. I want to respect the country. He died in 1999 at his house in Moda, heart attack, right before he was going to release another album. That album went on to be quite popular. He had a funeral. It was a giant shock throughout the country, sudden death, millions of people mourning, tens of thousands of people attending his funeral. I mean, that's crazy. So he's important. I researched into this album 2023, which was pretty good. I mean, I would say I selected other songs to play for you, but it was more of a concept album with a lot of talking in between. Recorded in the mid 70s, kind of a concept album. Turkish psych rock vision of future. The cover art, next level, included Anatolian scales, drum machine, Korg synthesizer, double neck guitar. And he's such a showman, it became quite popular. Like I said, I think it's crazy that he had an album called 2023, and that was his vision of the future. Turkey was a beautiful country. It wasn't the most futuristic country. I'd say it's has this kind of blend of future and past, really ancient place. Maybe I should have went to the suburbs or fine center, but it was more of an ancient vibe. So I don't know. Like many of the records we talk about on the show, 2023 was less appreciated when it came out. Now it's, like we say, a gem. I'd say Barış Manço isn't sampled as widely as some of the acts that we talk about. He has crazy psychedelic loops, Middle Eastern sound, so crazy chord progressions, but it's not massively sampled. I'd say a lot by MED. Oh No, I feel like the whole kind of like West Coast Crew kind of samples it. Oh No, Madlib. I mean, Joey Badass. I mean, it's a certain scene there that I mentioned. I guess Joey Badass is from New York. Either way, I think it's a sound that people would love to get into more, or I see more sampling in the future. I'm gonna play a few more songs just to kind of give you a vibe. That was Gessi Baglari. Here's another one. I love that one. I love the drums coming through in that. It reminds me of some Eminem type shit. Here's some kind of deeper grooves.
Sabah yeli ılgıt ılgıt eserken
That's Ainali Kemar. Again, terrible pronunciation. This is a more up-tempo one. Hal Hal. Shit's next level with the drums and the synth. Here's another Ne Ola Yar Ola. Again, apologies for the pronunciation. This is ridiculous.
göklerden daha mavi, denizlerden daha derin.
Another track, Gekti Dost Kervani, off the same record as Hal Hal. Those synth vibes are crazy. And this is another one. This is a title track off the album 2023. I'm going to kind of pass through it a bit.
Bir Ekim sabahından bacaklarında hafif
I mean, that's great. There's so many sounds. I feel like Barış Manço and the whole Turkish psych-rock movement is the future, whether it's sampling, use in music or film. Maybe some DJ will play that. I'm glad I discovered Barış Manço through YouTube so many years ago. I have none of his records. I mean, added to my, various life goals. It makes me think again about visiting Istanbul and Moda. I just love being there. I think it's such a cool culture. Highest level of respect for that whole culture, how deep it is. Everything about Turkey is fantastic. And seeing Barış Manço and realizing he was a cultural ambassador for Turkey. You never know what you're going to get when you look through history. Maybe some of you have known about Barış Manço your whole life. Many of you probably have no idea who the fuck I'm talking about. But I would love if people got to know this groove, that kind of soulful rock, and check out his work, whether it's for sampling purposes or just for the appreciation of music, which is why I do it. It takes an adjustment sometimes for people to get used to foreign vocals. I kind of like his singing. I don't know about you. Maybe it's grown on me. I've been listening to it for a while, but his shit is sick. I think that this kind of Eastern psychedelic rock is the future. Everything comes around again, and I think this music is so dope. I invite you all to check out Barış Manço, check out the groups that have sampled him, but more the music itself, right? I think his music stands up very much in its own right. Thank you for joining us on the Gems podcast. As always, it's a pleasure, and I invite you to check out the music for yourself. Peace.